Do insufferable levels of anxiety or fear keep you from enjoying life to the fullest? I'm Psychotherapist Mary Jo Rapini, and today on Reaction Reset, I'm daring you to take a thought challenge. Thought challenge, more commonly known as reframing in the psychology field, is a process of changing negative thought patterns into positive ones. To understand how powerful of an impact this process can have, you have to understand the amazing power of your brain. You see, it's not a situation that really causes stress. It's how you perceive the situation. Our negative thoughts are made up of feelings like fear and anxiety, which means that many of them are unrealistic or even impossible. Challenging these thoughts for probability and logic can greatly help reduce stress and is a popular therapy tactic for anxiety or phobias. With that said, thought challenge isn't about making your world all sunshine and rainbows with positive thinking. It's about restructuring your mind so that you can regulate your emotions instead of being paralyzed by fear and anxiety. Think about a time you were anxious or afraid. Maybe you're anxious about attending a party or afraid of heights. Let's use a second example, acrophobia. So if you had a fear of heights, it might go something like this. If I climb up that mountain, I will fall and die. Everyone will think I'm stupid. Now, we're going to challenge that thought. It's helpful to imagine yourself as someone else, maybe as someone with a good sense of humor or someone who is logical and emotionally detached. It depends on what works best for you, so let's break it down. First, if I climb up that mountain, I will fall and die. Really? Will you absolutely 100% fall and die if you climb a mountain? Many people go up and down mountains all the time. I see giant trucks go over icy mountain roads all the time and survive. I see children climb up some scary-looking monkey bars and live to tell about it. There are always accidents, but don't make an absolute out of an anomaly. Now, the second part. Everyone will say I'm stupid and incompetent. Really? If you climb up a mountain like a beast and then you fall, people will think you're incompetent? I certainly would never call anyone who climbed up a mountain incompetent. Even if you fall, which we've already decided is incredibly unlikely, does that make you stupid? People trip all the time. There's a surgeon somewhere making a salary on people who fall. People are more likely to be concerned or scared because they're worried about you. You would probably be on the news like brave woman climbed a mountain and slipped, thousands to hold candlelight service during her recovery. So this was an example of a thought challenge. It's incredibly helpful technique for overcoming anxiety or fear that would otherwise cripple or limit your life. Ready to try? Here's the first step. Identify your negative thought. Now, this sounds easy, but many people have a hard time with this step. They might feel completely justified in their fear. For now, try to elaborate. In this step, you're turning I'm anxious into I have so much to do that I won't be able to do it all and everyone will hate me. Or I'm afraid into if I walk into that shed, I will be bitten by a spider and die. The second step is to challenge that thought. Are you jumping to conclusions? Maybe blowing things out of proportion? Are you predicting the worst? If so, what's the evidence for that thought? Have you had a bad experience in the past? In this step, you also must evaluate whether there is something unrealistic or irrational about the thought. Is it really likely that you will find a spider in that shed and that it will bite you and that it will be venomous? The final step is to replace your negative thoughts with positive and realistic ones. If you found something unlikely in your thought pattern, what's more likely to happen? If there is a deeper root issue, try tackling that problem instead. An example of this is when a relative or someone close to you experienced a freak accident and you remember parts of it as a child. You weren't old enough to process what happened, and no one is able to tell you the details of what happened. So you put a label on something, like driving a car, as being dangerous because it hurt someone you loved. But what really hurt your loved one was the fact that they were drinking and driving. It's not the car or the driving you should fear or avoid. You should avoid and fear drinking and driving. They're a toxic mix. Reframing can take a lot of practice. It's not a skill set that is developed overnight. Your brain is an amazing tool that learns and adapts. If you thought negatively or irrationally all your life, your brain has to relearn a whole new perspective. Give yourself time to adjust and be gentle with yourself. You have the key to keeping anxiety and fear from crippling your life. Remember, change your reaction, change your world.